So welcome to my November vlog. I'm here today down at the Chilston Stour. I actually arrived last night after work. So when I arrived just on last light, I walked around the lake. One of the banks was occupied with a lot of other anglers, so I decided to investigate more on the far bank. As I was wandering around, I noticed that there was a little bit of fizzing in a particular swim, and I actually saw a nose poke out of the water. So nice little subtle show, and decided to drop my water bottle, get back to the car and get my gear. Fortunately, it was a swim I fished previously, so I already had a couple of spots in the swim where I knew I could fish. And rather than cause too much disturbance, I flicked all 3 rods out to them zones, and then I peppered the area with a throwing stick with some Atlantic Heat crusted up with GLM. Probably only put 20 or 30 baits around each rod because, like I said, fishing was really slow recently. But as it happened, the trip couldn't have got off to a better start than what it did. After I'd had dinner in the evening, settled in for the night, and just around midnight, my first rod rattled off, and I was greeted with this cracking 37-pound mirror. And the trip didn't end there either. So a couple of hours later, after the rods had all been set and all sorted again, I was away again. So the second fish of the trip was a 36-pound an ounces mirror. It was a really sparsely scaled fish, quite leathery sort of flanks, a cracker for sure, and I was made up with that. The rods went back out, and I settled down and actually tried to get a bit of sleep. So just on first light the next morning, I ended up with another take. This time it was this cracking 35-pound mirror. What do you think of that for an early wake-up call? 35-pound 4 ounces, and actually it was the third bite of the night, so it's been a really hectic session, and I've actually got another one in the net to show you. It's unbelievably, before we'd even managed to get that fish out of the water, one of the other rods was away. Played that fish in. It was a lot more erratic this time, and I could tell it was a smaller fish. Got that one into the net, and it was this cracking 27-pound mirror. Well, what a mad session this has been. This one's the smallest of the trip, 27-pound an ounces. All come in over my Atlantic Heat, just scattered around the general area, and one of my pimped up Atlantic Heat wafters. Absolutely made up with this session, and I've still got another night to go. So yeah, hopefully I've got enough bait with me. So unfortunately, about half an hour ago I lost a fish. It's just gone lunchtime, still really overcast and gloomy, and my left hand rod rattled off. Unfortunately it got really weeded up. I had to get the boat out and try and explore, trying to get it out of that weed, but by the time I'd got to it, the fish had already thrown the hook, and unfortunately lost that one, which was a bit disappointed. There's not been a lot else to report for the rest of the day really, to be honest. It's been pretty quiet, other than that fish I lost earlier. I've just been prepping some rigs, getting some hook baits and everything ready for the evening. Probably going to give it another half an hour, and then I'm going to get them rods in and get it all set, get them traps all ready for the evening, and hopefully we get a few more fish tonight. as you would have just seen, I was just about to do a bit to camera and my middle rod ramped off. Just played that in and got loads of silkweed on my line and had all sorts of trouble with that. Got it in the net, and it is one of the biggest fish in the lake, fish known as kevs. So let's get it out and have a good look at it before it gets dark. Well, what a red letter session this is turned into. Fish number 5 and one of the biggest in the lake, known as kevs, just under 47 pound. Absolutely made up with this, and a proper scrap as well. Yeah, old Atlantic Heat doing what it does best, drawing in them fish with all them natural attractors, and the boosted Atlantic Heat wafter doing the business on the bottom end, like it has done for me for so many years. Yeah, made up with this. Let's get it back. Well, after having that mirror just under 47 pound yesterday evening, the fish kept coming through the night. I had another fish at 8:30, really scaly one, absolute cracker, low 30. And then around about, must have been about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I had another take in the pouring hard rain. This one was a low 30 mirror, and I literally just took a picture of it on the mat and slipped it back. By that point, I was soaking wet. I'd run out of dry clothes and I just wanted to get some sleep and be dry for a couple of hours. So I slipped that one back, but the sport didn't end there. First thing this morning, just as it was getting light, I've had 2 40-pounders. So yeah, an absolute crazy end to the trip. So let's get them out, have a good look at them, and then we need to finish packing up and get home because I'm out for the day with the family. Well, what a mad trip this has been. This is fish number 8 of the trip, just over 40 pound, 40 pound 12, and part of a little mad morning brace to end this session off. Absolutely made up. I cannot believe how well this trip's gone. It's freezing cold, there was nearly some frost on the ground last night. Yeah, mega. What a better way to end the trip than with a brace of 40-pounders. This one went 40 pound 8. Been absolutely passing loads of Atlantic Heat on the mat. It's definitely getting on that bait. Yeah, what a session for this time of year. Lake's been fishing really tough recently. So yeah, absolutely made up with this. Let's get it back, pack down, and get home into some nice dry warm clothes.